Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Abdul Aziz says the government still has sufficient funds to continue to provide fuel subsidies despite rising global crude oil prices. According to a Bernama report, Zafrul said the government still has enough money and will continue to help protect the livelihoods of the people, especially the vulnerable. He said the government's inflation target for this year is still within the 2.3% to 3.3% range, though Putrajaya will continue to monitor global oil prices to see when it would be appropriate to implement a targeted subsidy. This year, he said, the government expects to spend 70 billion ringgit in subsidies, of which 30 billion ringgit is estimated to be utilised on assistance for fuel. Zafrul said the government has already spent 5 billion ringgit on fuel subsidies as of last month. At the moment, it has no intention of leaning on Petronas for additional dividends to help cover the subsidy. AirAsia Aviation Group, the aviation arm of Capital A Group, says it has finalised over 99% of all customer queries related to flight disruptions over the past 2 years due to COVID-19. In a statement today, the group reaffirmed its commitment to resolve all refund requests and said its airlines will work towards progressively settling the final 0.8% in the coming months. It said affiliate airlines AirAsia X and Thai AirAsia X also have firm plans in place to compensate all affected guests in the near future through refunds and credits. Capital A Group CEO Sri Tony Fernandes said AirAsia Airlines have already paid back nearly everyone affected and that many of its customers have already utilised their credit shells to start travelling again. Similarly, AirAsia X is paying their customers with outstanding credit back, with travel vouchers equivalent to the amount owed. To date, over 155,500 people, who make up the majority of all affected customers, have received their travel vouchers, and remaining vouchers should be issued within the coming weeks. KHAZANAH National has set its sights on achieving carbon-neutral operations by the end of 2023, in line with its sustainability framework launched today. This framework is designed to be holistic and is derived from an understanding of KHAZANAH's priority material issues under the pillars of environmental, social and governance (ESG). Managing Director Dato' Amirul Faisal Wan Zahir said the Sovereign Wealth Fund will be actively assessing ways in which its organisation can eliminate its emissions footprint through better work practices, as well as funding initiatives and projects providing a carbon offset. It is also targeting net zero emissions by 2050. Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Abdul Aziz officiated the launch of KHAZANAH's sustainability framework. He said the government's position for 2023 remains firm in terms of enabling the implementation of ESG-focused development projects and programs. In accordance with this, Zafrul said the Ministry of Finance is encouraged to see KHAZANAH as well as other government-linked companies such as the Employees Provident Fund, Tenaga Nasional, CIMB Group Holdings and Petronas embrace the sustainability agenda via the incorporation of ESG into their respective core strategies. Investment analysts covering Top Glove Corp have cut their earnings forecasts and target prices for the glove maker after its third quarter FY22 net profit, which slumped by 82.5% from the previous quarter, missed their expectations. Hong Leong Investment Bank Research, for instance, believes headwinds will continue for a bit longer, though sales volume to the US continues to recover and raw material prices should soften going forward. The research house cut its core profit after tax and minority interest forecasts by 18% to 47% in FY22 to FY24. It kept its sell recommendation on the stock and lowered its target price to 82 cent from 1 ringgit 12 cent previously. Meanwhile, MIDF Research is staying neutral on Top Glove, though it lowered its target price to 1 ringgit 29 from 1 ringgit 75. It revised down its earnings forecast for FY23 FY22, FY23 and FY24 by 47.6%, 36.4% and 15.7% respectively, in view of the falling average selling prices, which severely affected its third quarter FY22. Overall, analysts are mostly bearish on the counter of the analyst recommendations compiled by Bloomberg following the release of Top Glove's latest results. 4 are hold, 12 are sell and just 1 is buy. Their target prices average out to RM1.07. Top Glove settled 7.38% lower at RM1.13 today for a market capitalization of RM9.27 billion. Casino and hotel operator Genting saw its share price slump as much as 7% to RM4.84 on profit-taking today, and after its chairman Tan Sri Lim Kok Teh sold over 9 million of his indirectly held shares in the company in recent days. Genting's share price also closed down today against broader market weakness due to factors including a sharp overnight drop in US shares ahead of the US inflation data announcement later. At 5 p.m, Genting, Bursa's 7th largest decliner and 11th most active stock, paired losses when it closed at RM4.86 with some 33 million shares traded. That gives it a market value of about RM18.71 billion. Across the broader market, the 30-stock FBM KLCI closed down 15.76 points or 1.04% at 1,493.95. Genting is a KLCI constituent.